Okay everybody, here's the eCamm Live overview tutorial. I'm going to go over how to quickly use it, how to broadcast live, how to bring guests in, all that fun stuff. So stick around if you want to know how to do that. So up here in the top left is your sound levels. And as you add microphones, you will see extra stuff come up. Like I'm going to add a Skype call, and that's going to take a second. So I'm going to go down here and talk about sound effects. You can play applause, bicycle horn, DJ horn, all this different stuff. You can also add music to your sound effects down here that you can add into your broadcast. But the Skype thing, as you can see here, it brings up these two parts, and on these two parts you can do an interview. So this person calls in, and what you have to do for Skype, if you haven't used it before, is search for a person up here. Like I will search for Justin, and Justin comes up. Or they can search for you and it'll do a little thing. And then when you call them, you have to click on video for it to be free. If you call audio, it's going to cost you money. So just make sure you click on the video call. You can also send a link, but you can do a Skype tutorial to find that out. It's essentially, I think it's just clicking on their name. Here's the video. Here's the call. You want to do a video call. And I guess from when you set up a call, you get a link at the bottom and you can send them a link to their email. But up here you can see we got Skype in the audio, and it's giving you a caution that it's too loud. So maybe let's do echo cancellation. That gets rid of the caution over here, which is good. But you can see my levels on my built-in microphone. If someone calls in, you'll see their levels. And you might want to turn it down from 100 to 96 or 97. This is the really coolest thing about eStream right here, scenes. So I have a couple ads right here that I can play. I also, oh wow, this is a 5-minute countdown. I've never seen this before. Oh, look at that. You can make it bigger. You can put a little countdown on here. But the different scenes you can have are this. You can have an interview like this with two people, or you can show just one person talking, the host, or show just the guest full screen. So those are basically your three scenes, but I've had it before where I've had 4 people and there's 4 boxes. Some people have 10 people on at a time. That's kind of up to you. So those are your 3 scenes, and then you can add by clicking down here, plus you can add a new scene, and I'm going to bring in under overlays my what do you call it, under logo, I'm going to bring in my open animation for the show, which I'm going to add to this new scene, add an animated overlay, and then I'm just going to make it full screen. I'm going to drag it out here. So when I want to play this, I can turn it off, and then I can turn it on. It animates on. I can say, welcome to the Lights Camera Pro podcast. I'm Sean Vittora. Today's guest is, and then I turn that off, and I click up here, and my guest calls in. I say, hey, and then with your text overlays, I can put names down here, lower thirds, and you can get as fancy as you want. You can make them bigger or smaller. I can put the guest's name, different fonts, different colors, different sizes, whatever. And then this call recorder here is a separate thing. I have $15 a month eCamm Live. There's also a $50 Pro plan that has a few more options. You can check it out on their website. But this call recorder is really important to me. It's $40 one-time fee from eCamm, this thing. And I really want to talk about this for a second, because what it does is it records the 2 Skype calls. I go live to Facebook, I go live to YouTube, I go live to Twitter, and live to LinkedIn and Twitch, but that's going live, and then this call recorder automatically records my Skype call from beginning to end, and I have 2 split tracks of audio, which I can later on edit into an audio podcast. And I won't go into too much detail, but I've tried to add my Rode pod mic here, and I've tried to run it through the Behringer audio face and use my headphones, and I get a really good sound, but I'm getting headaches from the headphones, and also sometimes I'm having problems depending on what the person is doing on the other end, because I record it remotely, that there's an echo, or there's an echo coming from my speakers or from their speakers if they don't wear headphones. So there's all these different options. I know that these headphones work, and I know that I've seen people with just a microphone. I've seen people with microphones and headphones. So I'm going through all these different options, and you can too. Now, you can also at the top here, click on this, and you can see your screen. You can see your entire screen and do a tutorial. If I put entire screen up here, you can kind of see what I'm working on. You don't see eCamm, but you see everything else, any other application that you bring up. And then this is to choose a file and play some video. So we're going to go down here. I can add a logo, as you can see. Where'd my logo go? I had a logo over here. So let's just bring that in real quickly, one of my logos, and show you how to do that. I'm going to shrink it down. You can put it in the top right, in the top left, anywhere you want really for your broadcast. Then down here in the camera effects, you've got this FaceTime camera. You can add multiple cameras. They'll pop up here in the top right. If you add a Canon camera, you just need a USB cable. If you add other cameras, you need this video card. It's called eCamm Link or Cam Link 4K. It's like $300 to run your camera through and bring in a really nice picture. I'm using a FaceTime camera right now on an iMac 25-inch. So people add like 4 cameras. They do church things. They do live music shows. Over here in the comments and reactions, this is where I can only go to one thing at a time with eCamm. So I can go to Facebook or YouTube or LinkedIn or Twitter Live or Twitch Live. I'll go to that one thing with eCamm, and the comments will come up here when people make a comment on YouTube or when they make a comment on Facebook Live. And live is always going to get you more reach and more views and more engagements than not live. That's why people do it. But there is this program called Restream, and if you look over here, you can switch to Restream. Once you pay for that, it's once again like $20 to $50 a month. You can send to all those platforms and more, and even several Facebook groups and other things called Mixer. You can send it to all those places at once live, like 6-10 places live, which is amazing because you're getting huge reach from your shows. Whether you're interviewing someone or you're talking by yourself or you're recording a concert, whatever it is, it's huge, huge reach. So I highly recommend that if you can afford it or if your company has the budget. So that's Restream. Now, if I want to go to Facebook, I can schedule a time. I can, let's see, new scheduled live on Facebook. I can put a title and description. I can put a thumbnail up here and change this to 4 p.m. tomorrow or 2 p.m. tomorrow, change the date and hit schedule, and that will come up in my Facebook feed on my page or on my timeline, wherever you choose, or a Facebook group saying tomorrow at 2 p.m. we have a live interview with the guys from Some Guys with a Camera in the UK in Liverpool. Check it out. And then maybe a little description about the person or the group that you're interviewing. So that's that. You can go to Periscope, which is Twitter. You can go to Twitch. You can go to YouTube Live, or you can do the Restream, like I said before. And then when you're ready to go live, I'm going to do YouTube private go live now. When you hit go live, this is just a test. So I'm just going to go there. You see up here, you see the levels and live for 3 seconds, 5 seconds, or whatever. So there we go. We're going live. So that is about it for Ecamm Live overview. You've got your different microphone, Skype. You'll have your different cameras up here. You'll have your different microphones up here if you add them. I do recommend using echo cancellation. Right here in the bottom right, I'm just going to talk about this. You'll have your cameras here too, and you can switch between them. You can decide to add a green screen and sort of key yourself out of the background, have a beach behind you or city behind you. Zoom and pan is interesting. It brings you closer or further away. If you want to cut off some of the stuff in your background, like I have my kitchen sink over there and I don't want to see dish liquid and stuff like that. So it's kind of up to you, and you can change the brightness, you can change the temperature, you can change saturation, whatever you want down here. And there's probably so much more, but that is your brief overview. Let's hit finish and then end broadcast, and that that is going to go to to YouTube Live, but it's going to be private, so I can do a test and I'm the only person who can see it. You can send it to the public, and you can also make something called unlisted, that like if I do a job interview, I send unlisted to people when I want to do a little video, and anyone you send the link to will be able to open that video, but it won't go live, it won't go public. Then up here, you can hit view post on YouTube or on Facebook, wherever you sent it, and you can see where it is and it's processing. Also, it saves one to your Mac. And then when I have this Ecamm call recorder to get my split tracks, I go into a saved calls folder, and then I can open this up. Then you can get your 2 audio tracks in here and click on export split tracks and send that wherever you want to as an MP3 or whatever. So then you have split tracks for your audio podcast. So that is it. You can put a title down here, a description, and that will go to Facebook or YouTube, wherever you send it, the title and description. That is it for the Ecamm Live quick overview. If you have any questions, you can put them on my YouTube page, on my Facebook page. It's the Lights Camera Pro podcast on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter, and I will get back to you, get back to your comments or your questions about this. And everybody, good luck. Ecamm is a great product. Have fun. Take care. Subscribe to our channels, like our pages, and I will see you soon. Sean Ventura from the Lights Camera Pro podcast. Thanks. Please subscribe below and check out more videos. I have videos talking about the Rode Pod mic. I have videos talking about the Rode Pod arm. I'm also going to do a Restream tutorial. So lots of stuff coming out. There's social media secrets. There's my podcast equipment. Check out all my videos, subscribe, tell your friends, and share. All right. Thanks, everybody. This is Sean Ventura from the Lights Camera Pro podcast. Have a good one. Bye-bye.